like 51% attacks, which happens on a lot of other layer ones, where the majority of the mining power or the hash rate is actually hijacked by explicit or someone who's trying to exploit the system and generates a bunch of tokens or a bunch of coins in this case against the network. It never has happened with Bitcoin because it is very diverse, but with a lot of other projects that are also layer one and share that type of same algorithm, it has happened. Proof of stake coins as well, this has also happened because, again, it's just based off of how much of the hash rate that you own or how much can you generate, how much of the networks of the actual network hash rate do you generate, and that creates another issue as well. So there's always risks with blockchain, and there's always potential vulnerabilities, right? That's why I think Kay has emphasized the stress testing the network and penetration testing to make sure that we do have a very secure system, and we constantly work on that to ensure that it's optimized based off of current market trends, current trends within the Web 2 and Web 3 space, to ensure that do come up through working with different teams who actually work on this type of testing the network or penetration testing. Then we fix them.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, but I do implore you to look at Curve Finance, because it's a very interesting topic. It just recently happened, I think like less than a month ago. They did bounce back, right? But you can see how it kind of was crazy that this type of system happened, and actually how much funds were lost, and still to this day they can't point out who did it because it is fully decentralized. There is no way for them to actually pinpoint the exact malicious actor that did this. At least with some of the other systems, being Web 2 or somewhat centralized, you can kind of see who's trying to access your server. Maybe they do a few things to hide that, but you have at least a fighting chance.
So much, and I definitely will look them up.
For sure.
Well, thank you, Born Winner. And Queen BD just sent me a message in the chat box, and to Mr. Jonah and to Miss Kay and Mr. Neil, she wants to thank you on behalf of the community. They are all very grateful and excited. Miss Kay and Mr. Neil speaks to her core values. So whatever you shared resonates with her core values, and she thinks that this is an amazing opportunity. She has requested that I read it out loud as she can't unmute. So do you have anything to say to her?
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dee. We always appreciate your support, and you've been an extremely valued community member, providing education to a lot of the people in the chat. So we also appreciate all the support you provide to some of the new users that are coming into our official Telegram, and we think that means the world. I think David also, our other moderator, also very much appreciates that.
That marks the end of our open mic. Thank you, Jonah. And that marks the end of our open mic session. But before we draw the curtains on today's presentation, there has been something brewing in daoversal over the past couple of weeks, and that in fact took place at the DIFC. And for those of you who are wondering what the DIFC is, it stands for the Dubai International Financial Center. It's an international financial hub in the Middle East, Africa, and South Asia, MEASA region. It is a vibrant business ecosystem of over 39,000 professionals working across more than 4,900 active companies. It currently hosts about 5,000 active companies, 39,000 people workforce, and 1,443 financial and innovation-related companies. It truly is the hub for business and lifestyle. But with respect to daoversal, the part that all of us should be excited was the DIFC Metaverse Accelerator Demo Day. There has been tons of articles written about it. Please look in the chat box. I will be sharing a few. But let's hear it from the man himself. Mr. Jonah, please share with us, what did we accomplish at the DIFC Metaverse Accelerator Demo Day? I heard it was an unforgettable moment.
Yeah, I think just being able to be part of that was a major milestone for us as a project, because it was a very, very small list of actual applicants that were accepted, and being part of that cohort was an amazing journey for us. We learned a lot about what it takes to ensure that we actually can thrive in the MENA region. And I think the biggest takeaway we have from the process of going through this accelerator program, because it was 8 weeks long, was actually getting to speak directly with VCs from several different areas, whether they focus in specifically gaming or they more focus on actual tangible brick and mortar companies, or they're actually working with some of the fintech sector. So there was lots of different inputs that we received from a lot of different companies that provide equity to, or funding for equity to fintech companies such as ourselves, and this was an amazing experience. Some of the biggest feedback we got actually was that we have a strong analytics, which not a lot of other, let's say, members actually had, because they were still in their infancy stage. We are now in a position where I think daoversal is actually poised to be very strong in the region, because we have over 15,000 active users. We have an amazing Telegram group with lots of diverse personalities and diversity through a lot of different regions. So these are some of the most positive feedback we actually got from VCs, which allowed us to dive deeper into the discussion about our potential revenue in the future and what that looks like for a VC company like theirs to be part of that. I look forward to speaking more with them on a more private note, so that way we can actually mention some of the names and hopefully something comes of it. When we fast forward to the demo day, we actually were able to present in front of a large group of people. Also, a lot of VC firms were there as well. And we had an amazing feedback on the product itself. I would say that there was over 90% of people were very, very interested and impressed on the technology that we provided. So I think that this is, giving everyone that is here early, almost like a pat on the back, because, your decision to, join this ecosystem was a good decision. I think, we're seeing a lot of people are actually impressed by that, what we've built. And also we've been able to form or open discussion now with some of the larger companies here in Dubai and also in Abu Dhabi, which can lead to a very big potential partnership. I was saying earlier, I don't want to mention those names, but the door has been opened and discussions are in place. And I hope that we can then announce more about that in the near future, because this will kind of, bring everything that we've been doing up to this point together, and finally, validate that we are a very, very strong company here in Dubai. So I look forward to, announcing those things in the near future. We just need to let the conversations evolve and finally, formalize a few contracts, of course, before then we can really formally announce those companies. But I will say that they are, very, very big companies in this region, and depending on what you define as a big company, I would say their turnover revenue is over almost 1 billion per month or per year. So you can't quote me exactly on that number, because I don't know their full financials track records, but they're very large, in different industries. So I hope that we can provide the support that they're looking for and form this partnership, because again, like I said, this is going to be a major milestone for us as a company, and also for the entire community. It's a win for everyone. So I look forward to explaining more about that hopefully in a few weeks. And also we did do a demo, which was just a pitch, and also showing a little bit about our platform to people. But the hard thing about this was that we actually had a very small window to actually do our demo. So our demo was only 5 minutes long. That was the maximum time that was allowed for each company. And this is where we actually were able to refine the information that we provide in 5 minutes to ensure that everyone is genuinely interested and ensure that they're getting as much value as possible from listening to our presentation. So this was kind of like, I would say, the perfect opportunity to go with what I've been always talking about, where now we are actually in a position to speak with VCs, find more equity partners. And we've now actually refined and almost, I would say, have an almost perfect pitch, which we can then give to all of these different VC firms within 5 minutes and keep their ears perked, or their attention span very interested within that 5 minutes, and get into a more in-depth conversation. And this is, it's just kind of this practicing wash, rinse, and repeat method, which allows people to actually become stronger at that pitch, which then opens the doors to opportunities. So this DIFC Metaverse Accelerator program helped, not only with, encouraging the development, giving you resources to other companies, which can also provide more development for you if you need, but really open up the doors to a lot of VCs, partnerships, and of course, allowing you to have a perfect pitch for when you do talk to these VCs. So I think that was the most value that we got from it.
Well, thank you for walking us through the entire DIFC Metaverse Accelerator Demo Day. Mr. Jonah, thank you so much for giving us an update as to what happened, and also special thanks to Mr. Neo and to Ms. K for joining this session. Unfortunately, we have come to the tail end of this presentation. I personally wish we could linger a little longer in this insightful conversation, but as they say, time waits for no one, and daoversal does have a mission to reach to the moon, and together we must ensure that that voyage continues. So humble thanks to all the esteemed individuals, Mr. Neo, Mr. Jonah, and also Ms. K, and also special thanks to all the audience who joined us from the very beginning of this session. It has been a very lengthy 2 hours. Thank you so much for your engagements. Thank you so much for making this session a blast. I've had a blast of hosting this session, if I'm to be honest. Mr. Jonah, Mr. Neo, Ms. K, any parting words?
No, it's also thank everyone. I'm also very proud to be here, and I think today we actually we don't have so much attenders, but we can do next time. It's great for tonight, for today, and but next time we can still do that. Do similar Zoom meeting with more audience, or more people, more communities. I'm here. I will be always here, and for you guys, and for daoversal, I will spend more of my time to on this project, and give fully support for daoversal project. So that's why I think it's good for today, and we can plan for next time.
Yeah, me too. Thank you, everyone. I'm very honored to be here, and we in the future we will have a strong marketing team, community team working together. I'm very, very looking forward to cooperating everyone. Thank you.
Yes, and I'll say, guys, as always, it's a pleasure to have you here. I think this is exactly what these daoversations is about, is really getting feedback from the community, because I always say a strong project is a strong community. And I always appreciate all the feedback that we get, because this helps us exactly what the community wants, and we'll try our best to meet those goals. So until next time, guys, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Let's together build the future.
Yeah, let's do something really big.
Right, thank you, everyone. Thank you, Mr. Neil, Mr. Jonah, and Ms. Kay. daoversal has a moon to reach, so let's ensure that that voyage continues. Remember, folks, every daoversation sparks innovation. So until next time, it has been a blast hosting you guys, and we hope to see you in the next one. Stay inspired and keep the flame burning bright. This is goodbye for now.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, guys.
Bye-bye. Bye.
You're all